So I haven't eaten, and I had two 9% beers on a 7K walk home, and I got home and I was just wasted, and I was messaging people telling them I love them. But I'm gonna open this one. But I know because it's been in a backpack, it's gonna froth everywhere, which is a really bad way to start this podcast. But let's see what happens.
I think it's a great way to start a podcast.
Oh fuck.
Bazinga boys are here to speak all of their thoughts on the Big Bang Theory. Rob has an opinion, Vaughn has an opinion, Pete probably has one too. But most of all, Rob has an opinion.
Hello world, I'm Vaughn.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Pete.
And there
What are
was
we gonna
only
do
a
today,
slight
guys?
awkward pause there
What?
with...
What?
What?
Why do we fuck it up every time?
Because we are fuck-ups.
Cool. So why are we here, Vaughn? What's going on?
First up, we got a comment from Pete. Not the Pete on the show, a different
Not
Pete.
me. Okay.
An amazing artist, Pete. And he said, "This is amazing, and I don't even like the show." And that it was a nice comment. I like that someone's liking the podcast, but it freaked me out because I don't know if people are getting the idea. I think a few people have got the wrong idea that we are hell into Big Bang Theory or something. So
Yeah.
yeah, we don't like the show. We're not here going we love it. We're torturing ourselves. This is a sadomasochistic fucking thing. The humor of this podcast is meant to be who the fuck would want to do this? It's such a stupid idea, and who the fuck likes Big Bang Theory?
But when we started this, because we knew absolutely nothing about the Big Bang Theory other than, the few minutes of flicking through channels that we saw and immediately deciding that we hated it, we were going into this with open minds and open hearts.
Yeah, we'll give it a go. That's what we said. We said we would give it a go.
I think out of everyone, Rob's enjoying it the most.
Oh, that's bullshit. Fuck you. Are we judging it too soon? We've only seen 4 episodes. Are we judging it too soon?
That's true, because shows like I don't know, the American version of The Office, that had a pretty disastrous first season. I remember hating it. But that became, a show that I actually tuned into and really enjoyed as it got further into the series. So
Gross.
I'd go as far to say that I like the US Office better than the UK in the end. So I know that
fuck
Vaughn
off.
disagrees
What's
with
wrong
that.
with you, Rob? Oh, that's the blasphemy. I don't want to be associated with you.
It's
Don't
not blasphemy. I mean,
fucking- that's just pathetic. You don't know what comedy is if you believe that. This is why you're laughing at episodes. Wait, can we?
I
get to
smirked in
show-
one episode. Pete has a laugh count of 2 right now. I'm only at 1 smirk.
I've been secretly tallying the amount of laughs. So before we get into the episode recap, who laughed today?
I didn't laugh at
None
all. I
from
was
me.
very, very stone
No
faced on this
laughs.
one.
That's a good work, guys. I'm proud of you. Pete, what happened in this episode?
Yep, so episode 4, season 1, the title of this one was The Luminous Fish Effect. Long story short, Sheldon gets fired from his job because he's socially awkward and he basically insults his boss. But it means that he is kind of forced in his spare time to really explore what life has to offer. And it was kind of interesting.
What the fuck are you on about? What?
Well, yeah, he was running all different types of experiments.
That's
He
the
got
most
to hang out with
generous
Penny.
way of putting it. What
Yeah,
life
yeah.
has to offer. He just goes crazy and does stupid random stuff.
I think my favorite stuff that he got involved in was he used a loom. If anyone's familiar with what a loom is,
I think our listeners are not that dumb, Pete. Our listeners know what a loom is. Come on.
good stuff. Leonard takes action to try and snap Sheldon out of it. He enlists Sheldon's mum to assist, and it's basically how Sheldon gets his job back, being a physicist.
Well, I've got some notes on the show.
Yeah.
I've got 2 notes.
What do you think's noteworthy, Vaughn?
Well, the first thing is Sheldon gets fired because he's rude to the new head of the department.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets excited because he's going to try all these new experiments, like making eggs. And
Cutting edge science
Yeah, I
stuff
know.
right there.
Oh, great. I'm going to speak a bit more about that later. And one of his lines is, "This is my first day off I've had since I was 10 years old," because supposedly he's been such a genius. He's been working this whole time. We've watched 4 episodes. I haven't seen them work at all. All I've been doing is fucking piss fighting around, running after Penny and her stipples. No stipples in this episode, by the way.
We did see Leonard go to the lab, but that was just to make out with Roseanne Chick.
Yeah, that's not work.
Yeah, he
no.
didn't actually do any
Unless
work.
he got paid, that's not work.
Yeah, well.
He hasn't done anything smart. He hasn't done any physicist.
Which brings us back to my Asperger's question, where I was talking about his like lack of social cues, and he lost his job based on telling the boss exactly how he felt about him, which isn't something. I just wonder, like, I want to ask you guys this openly. Do you think that this is something that they're going to address in the show, or they're just going to
No.
throw it out there as him
No
being
way.
weird?
There's no way they're ever gonna
Yeah.
admit that, because that's instant death for your show. You can't go, hey, the basis of all our comedy, because all this comedy is I thought it was pitched as a thing for nerds, and what I'm learning watching the show, it's not for nerds, because all it is laughing at the nerds. This
Yeah.
is from the perspective of Penny. It's him saying stupid things and you going, ha ha ha, what a nerd. It's laughing at them.
But he's a smart person who's obviously got some sort of social disorder like this, and they're using it
Yeah,
for
well,
comedy.
that's the thing. Well, no. So no, they'll never address it, and they'll never say, hey, yeah, he has an issue. It's just, it's always going to be, he's a weird, smart guy. That's it.
Yeah. What hijinks will the boys get into this week?
They tried addressing it this episode.
What did they say?
They blamed Jesus for him being all weird and sciencey.
So that was all, the religious element was all coming in through Sheldon's mum, which was another, like, this is becoming a bit of a theme. It's another actor that I spotted from Roseanne.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I did a quick search afterwards. So the actor's name's Laurie Metcalf. She played Jackie in Roseanne. So we had Leslie last
Oh,
week's
she was
episode.
a neighbor girl.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I'm not sure if there's any connection there. Is this actually kind of Roseanne just 20 years on?
John Goodman will show up in the next episode, and they'll be onto something.
But yeah, Sheldon's mum, she was an interesting character because basically, I'm not sure if you guys picked this up. I'm sure you did actually.
I know what you're going to say. How dumb do you think we are that we didn't pick this up? Because this is my second note as well.
Yeah, it was very subtle how they played it out. But basically, Sheldon's mum basically
Prostitutes herself.
prostitutes herself out to Sheldon's boss to get him his job back. Which
In the most awkwardly written scene I've ever seen in my life, by the way.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. I rewatched it to make sure that I didn't fall asleep halfway through and miss.
miss something.
Yeah.
She just walked straight in, and the Sheldon's boss was like, "Wow, you're attractive," and she's like, "Sheldon, leave."
No, yeah. No. It's pretty much. She goes, Sheldon's dad is dead. Leave. Like, and he goes, you've got work to do, Sheldon. Get out of here. And Pound Town.
Well, was it just a one-off? Because I mean, we had a follow-up scene after that where he asks if his boss is going to be his new daddy, and she says maybe. So maybe they'll continue dating, and there's a better story arc coming from all of this. But I'd say probably fucking
I really
not.
doubt it.
You're giving it too much, Rob.
Yeah.
You're looking into it.
I'm just defending these so horrible sexist prostitute claims you guys have made.
Speaking of looking into it too much, this was my second note. The mother having sex with a new head of department. When she kisses Sheldon goodnight, it's the same day. They go, that was a big day. And she's wearing the same clothes.
Has she used mouthwash?
Whoa, I doubt it. Do you think Sheldon's the kind of guy to have mouthwash? That is a cummy kiss he got goodnight. And how weird's that? What are your thoughts on that, guys?
I thought it was weird. Just number one, that his mum was at his apartment tucking him in. He's like a grown adult man. And had mum tucking him in, and then giving him a like a BJ penis breath kiss.
Well, that's the show. That's the show, by the way. If you haven't watched the show, you're gonna think that we're trying to like pull comedy out of it, but we're not. That like this is just stuff that is just blatantly there.
There is comedy there. Like
There is no comedy there. They're trying for it. Just defending those scenes from a writer's perspective. And I'm not defending the show.
Oh
She's
my God.
in his.
You're becoming the little white knight of Big Bang Theory.
Well, let's just bear with me here. So basically, she's there with all of her luggage. Therefore, she must be staying at the apartment anyway. So that makes sense that she's there. Obviously, tucking him in as a grown man, that's the humor they're going for. You've missed that and gone with cummy breath.
I think we should definitely name this episode "Cummy Breath."
Well, yeah. Well, there you go. That's the name of this episode now.
But yeah, just to defend your, like, why is she there tucking him in?
I got a new segment, guys.
Yeah,
Are you keen to hear my new segment?
I'm always keen to hear new segments from you, Vaughn.
I really want one of these days you just go no, and that's the end of the show, and then we just put the outro music.
Bazinga boys are here.
So my new segment is called The Big Bang Theory. So it's where I
Clever.
propose a theory, and I'm going to follow it throughout the rest of this podcast. So I'm going to pick up on bits. So I'm proposing this theory. I don't think it's 100% set in stone, but it's a Big Bang Theory on one of the characters. So I've got some evidence from this episode, and I'm going to start building my case as we go on through the episodes. My Big Bang Theory is that Penny is secretly an escort that does golden showers. Don't know why you're laughing. Don't know why you're laughing. This is serious. This is my Big Bang Theory.
Can we put Vaughn? Can we put some X-Files music over this description?
So, okay. Stop
I want
laughing.
to believe.
This is serious. This is serious.
I want to believe.
Okay, so here's my evidence. Sheldon follows her to the supermarket and she tries to buy multivitamins.
Yes.
And he goes, well, that's a waste because your body can't absorb all the multivitamins. You're just paying for expensive urine or high quality urine. And she goes, maybe that's something that I want. And I was like, ooh, why would you want that? Okay, so
that little part of your brain, your little detective brain's like going
yeah.
on.
Something was like, oh, something's amiss here. Who the hell wants high quality urine?
If she was pissing on people and she was taking, why would she take multivitamins? Because that's going to make her piss smell. Or
Wow.
is that something that people pay for?
That's a special service, exactly.
According to Sheldon, it just means it's higher quality urine. It's like an expensive urine. It's maybe that's like it's a caviar. It's like, oh. By the way, I'm really sorry. I'm chucking this fucking podcast down the toilet. My second piece of evidence at the very start of the episode, for no reason at all, Howard comes in with an escort, and it's not followed up with. It's just a little hint at the start, like, hey, escorts are around here. Like, escorts are in the show. That's not something they're going to shy away from. They're planting the seeds for later on to go, hey, the tall escort from the start runs into Penny, and they're like, oh, I know you down at the what's the word for the
factory? Piss party.
What? It's in The Simpsons. What's it called again?
What are you talking about? Brothel.
Yeah, brothel. That's it. When I think of brothel, I just think of soup. So...
Oh, this is embarrassing.
This isn't the homeless shelter.
I was expecting some chicken and sweet corn soup.
So my third piece of evidence. I've never seen her work at the Cheesecake Factory. Like, she talks about it, but have you seen her in the Cheesecake Factory? Have you seen her work? Have you seen any sort of cheesecake stains on her clothes or a cheesecake uniform?
So a cheesecake factory or whatever, it's kind of like a cafe, is that right? Is that my understanding of what it's supposed to be?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
because
much.
we've all worked in hospitalities and stuff like that in the past. You always bring food home. There's always like leftovers. There's always
That's a
stuff that
great
would usually
piece
get
of
thrown
evidence,
out.
Pete. You're on my side here.
Yeah, no, Vaughn, I've got you, mate. And basically there's no evidence there that, you know, she's not bringing any samples home. She's not bringing any leftovers home.
Okay, so
So, yeah.
You have seen footage, though, of her sleeping in her apartment, which could prove that she's not out and about.
why are you being the white knight of
don't
this?
know.
Okay, so finally,
Yeah.
Why not fight against it?
Escorts need rest as well.
I want to get to the end of this bit. Pretty much. This is stupid. This is the stupidest
It's
segment
going-
ever.
yeah.
So, to get some professional help, I went to Reddit again. And I went to Reddit r/sex. And I started a thread to see if I could get some proof to help me out. So the title of my thread is, in brackets, golden showers. Anybody with experience know how to... Anybody with experience know... Fucking hell. So, anybody with experience know how to make sure it's enjoyable?
Did you post as the original when you were back on Reddit a couple episodes ago? Did you use the same handle, the same
No,
username?
so the handle I used for the first one was Jelly Bubba. And there's a story behind that I'll tell you another time. But do you want to know the handle I used for this one?
I do.
I definitely do.
Carl and Fury.
Do you want to explain why you used that name?
I hate this guy named Colin Fury, so I just used his exact name to make a golden showers question post on Reddit. If you remember in episode 1, I had a little swipe at him. Here's swipe 2, you motherfucker.
I really hope he I hope he hears this and starts to follow our page.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's one way to get subscribers. Anyway, here's the subject. So a girl I've been chatting to has asked if I would give her a golden shower. I'm totally okay with this, but want to make sure she enjoys it as much as possible. I just watched an episode of Big Bang Theory where Sheldon said that if you eat multivitamins, it will give you high quality urine because your body can't absorb all the vitamins. Is this true? Like, obviously, I'm not going to eat asparagus beforehand or anything, but if I take a bunch of multivitamins, will it make my pee better looking / smelling? Any other tips from anyone with experience in this field would be muchly appreciated. So, I did this bit, and just like last time, everyone's just so helpful and nice. I didn't find anything like I just
really
felt,
welcoming.
yeah,
it's a
everyone's
supportive
like, well,
community.
here's what you need to do. You just need to drink lots of water. So out of all the really helpful responses I got from everyone,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna read out one.
So who's this from?
Male or female?
It's female. It's
Good.
from Throwaway. So she's obviously made a thrower account to reveal this. Actually, do you know why this is funny? Because if anyone doesn't know, I'm working on no sleep. I'm currently going 31 hours with no sleep. So I responded to this post, and I didn't listen to her at all in the post, and someone called me out on it. So she said, I don't know if it's true for everyone, but when I let my boyfriend pee in my mouth for the first time, it was absolutely fine. It tasted like warm water. But when it happened the second time, it was foul. The only difference I can think of is the first time he had a lot of beer / alcohol before we did that. I still let him pee on me, but will only catch it with my tongue if he's been drinking.
Wow. So she prefers it when it's like a dude that's been drinking booze.
Yeah, so I think she was pretty clear in that. Here's my response. This Carl and Fury. This is great info. I don't know if she wants it in her mouth, but I'll make sure not to drink alcohol just in case. She's also straight edge, so I don't know if I'll be breaking edge if I do it into her mouth after drinking booze. And then someone, I like to keep my sex anon, came and said, in quotation marks, it didn't taste or smell nearly as bad when he drank alcohol first. And then in quotation marks, me. Okay, thanks. I'll make sure to make it totally gross for her. Just commenting to let you know that I think you interpreted it wrong.
That's so good. You just wanted to make your straight edge girlfriend as unhappy as possible.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my Big Bang Theory. What a shitty segment.
Carl's a bastard. Hey.
Yeah.
This has been a great episode. We've spoken about golden showers, penis breath.
Yeah, this has been like the most potty humor episode. Okay, I'm going to get us back on track with fucking quality questions. My first question to both of you, and it's a bit off topic, is would either of you ever think that you could succeed or do stand-up comedy?
Yeah, most definitely. I'd give it a
Yeah, I think so.
Really? What the fuck's
Yeah.
wrong with you? Oh my god! You know when you ask a question and you expect an answer and you get the total opposite?
Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Oh my god! So the reason I brought that up is that I've been having this argument with my friend for like a month.
Who's your friend?
Let's just call him Shrubhead.
Shrubhead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Shrubhead.
Vaughn and Shrubhead. What adventures you guys have?
So, so here's what I expected to happen. I expected you guys to be on my side and go, yeah, fucking stand-up's fucking nuts. Most people
Oh, it
fucking
totally
bomb.
is.
Yeah,
I'm not
but-
taking anything away from it. It's
Yeah.
very, very, very tough.
And then, but with that being said, and with me realizing that if I stood up in front of an audience and tried to do stand-up, I'd bomb. I would 100% do stand-up in front of the crowd of the Big Bang audience because they laugh at anything.
At anything. Yeah, like you said last episode, nerds just using a computer got to laugh.
Yeah, like how do they fucking live? Do they walk like in that? Are they in the office? Just cracking up at everyone on computers going, oh my god, they're on a fucking computer.
Okay, so I'm going to admit something. I'm going to admit something quite embarrassing here. I've been on the set of The Big Bang Theory through the tour. At
What?
one-
What?
Wow.
Why didn't I
Whoa,
know this?
This is an incredible
It's a
reveal.
horrible reveal.
What the fuck? You You've been holding this bombshell for 4 episodes?
I know. I was waiting for it to come up and be relevant. I think
You think you know someone, hey?
I've seen Penny's bedroom. That's it. That's pretty much what I've seen. Basically, I was on a tour at Warner Brothers, and it was one of those things. I don't know if you did that tour when you were in LA, Vaughn, but they did the.
Okay. So here's what I didn't ever get the option to. But if anyone had said, "Hey, by the way, there's this free tour of Big Bang Theory set," I would have said, "Fuck off, die." I wouldn't go near it. Why would you want to go anywhere near it?
No. Okay, so I think we paid $12 or something for the tour, but the tour was we
For
had
it
the.
as well.
No.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, okay. For the whole lot tour,
I
basically.
bought a fidget spinner last week while I was very drunk. Way better investment than a Big Bang Theory tour.
Yeah, but so basically you're paying for the tour, but then like you get an option of one of those places to go to, and it's a vote with the people you're with.
Wait, so okay, cool. I thought that you nominated. That would have been amazing.
No. So they gave us the option of like Ellen, the Mentalist, I think Chuck, and then they gave us the special option because they were shooting Hangover Part 3 at the time, or Part 2, I can't remember, but they were like, all right, do you want to come on this, we can go on this movie set, and they were trying to really pitch that because it was like, this is a really cool thing.
Hangover 3, the best of the Hangover films.
Well, there was this couple who were from like the Midwest they looked like Big Bang Theory fans. They had Bazinga shirts on as well, which added to the look, obviously.
What do you mean?
And,
They looked like fans. They had Bazinga shirts on.
What gave it away, Rob? You're off our detective team, me and Vaughn.
they had fanny packs, and they were like, "Oh my god, Big Bang Theory, Big Bang Theory." So yeah, we ended up on the set of the Big Bang Theory, and whilst everyone else on the crew was pretty pissed off about not going to the Hangover set. So yeah, that's my story pretty much. But the fact that there's an actual audience there and they do record the laughter and use actual laugh tracks means people are laughing during these takes.
They laugh at anything. In the last week they laughed at just people on laptops. I had a friend over, and we're like, "Hey, what should we watch?" And as a joke, I was like, "Well, I've got Big Bang Theory," and she said, "Yeah."
So you sent her home.
Fuck, I should have. No. So I was like, "Oh, actually, I think I prefaced it. I was like, hey,
you probably
watch-
just said, "No, we can Big Bang."
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
off, Rob. Just write for the show because you're just that fucking annoying. So I said, "Hey," I think I sold it. I'm trying to remember. I was drunk. I was like, "Hey, just check this out and just see like what people are laughing at." And I showed that opening scene of them on laptops and everyone laughing, and her face was just it was like 25% anger, 25% disgust, 50% confusion. Just like, what are they laughing at? What are they finding funny? And in this episode, Sheldon picks up some eggs and puts them in his mouth. Like, there's nothing. I'm not taking it out of context. He
Like
eats
cooked eggs. Cooked eggs.
Yeah, cooked eggs.
He
Yeah,
eats
no.
like
Oh, wait. Sorry. I don't. Great. Like, clarifying there, Pete. Because that's really smart. Because people might think, hey, he's eating like a raw egg. That's funny. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Cooked eggs. He
Just regular breakfast.
Yeah. How do these people live? Like, how do they go through breakfast seeing someone else eating scrambled eggs and going,
I think that's everything that I want to ever talk about this episode 4 of The Big Bang Theory.
Before we go, a listener, James. I love James. So we've got the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Bazinga Boys. And I got the Twitter page, which is twitter.com/Bazinga_boys. And James pointed out that someone beat us to Bazinga Boys. Some fucking douchebag from Peru. They actually stole the same tweet as me. They just said Bazinga for the first tweet. I thought I was being really original and funny doing that. If this person who owns Bazinga Boys Twitter, number one, you should know that I reported you to Twitter. I'm trying to steal your handle. I said it hasn't been used for 6 years, so I'm trying to get hold of it. And I said it's been inactive, and we need it for our business. So hopefully we steal it from him. Other thing is, I post on your wall, come fight me. Come to Australia, fight me. Let's fight for the Twitter handle, Bazinga Boys. Second of all, on plugging stuff, I've been doing some research into marketing, and the key to marketing is to get the people talking. And no, to have your podcast be successful, everyone has to rate and review it on iTunes. So if you can be bothered rating and reviewing our thing, like if you just rate 5 stars and then just write the most horrid stuff, that would be really great. I'm the only person to leave a review. I left 5 stars. So I really like this podcast. And here's my review, by the way. Great for people with busy lives. I have busy lives. I don't have time to watch all the Big Bang Theory and hate it. So having these guys do it for me leaves me more time for chores. So I'm gonna call you guys out. By the way, this is our podcast. Fucking put a bit of hard yards in.
Well,
Leave
now
us
we're
a
on that.
review.
Now we're on that point. I chucked up a Bazinga Boys post on Instagram, and we got some likes and we got some comments. One comment was from an actor called Cregan Dow, who's actually...
Maybe you should put his name in right now because
No, I'm putting his name in. Cregan Dow.
I want him to come on.
Well, I've asked him. I've invited him. He was in one episode as a... I can't even remember what his role was. It was obviously just like a side thing. But he wrote great smiley face. So I don't think he's listened to it. I think he probably just saw it as a positive Big Bang Theory thing. But I have invited him on the show, and we'll see what happens.
So we're gonna get an actual it would actually blow my mind if we got someone who actually was on the show onto our... I don't think we can get someone because our program is just full of hate. But if we can con him to get on somehow...
Seeing as the show's still running, so it'd need to be an actor that's like burnt their bridges with this television show and they're never to return.
Yeah. Rob, that's your job, is to get this guy to come on our podcast. Is he from Perth?
Oh, no. God, no. He's in the States.
That would make sense because he's playing on Big Bang Theory. Fucking idiot.
Yeah. I'm going to respond again. I'm just going to bump him and see what happens.
Okay, so next week we'll come back and hopefully you guys have rated and reviewed our own podcast. If you're a listener, if you like listening to us fucking do this to ourselves, I want to get Sheldon on the show. And we can only do that if everyone rates it 5 stars and then writes something horrible as a review.
You want to get the highest paid actor in television on our show to bash out the show that he is on.
Rob, dream big.
Do you know what? Okay, I'm going to be 100% honest. I hate the show. I hate everything about it. I as an actor, I had some like, oh, I like you a bit to Sheldon today.
I warmed to him on this episode.
When he was working on the loom and he had some shawl on, I was like, oh, you're kind of cute. I'll give you that. Fuck, it's actually happening. We're starting to like it.
Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a good point. Just before we end, I've got a note here. So thought, by repetition, is this going to be something we're actually going to enjoy watching and look forward to watching each week, as opposed to just watching it for the show?
Yeah, I definitely look forward to talking to you guys each week. So
yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, I was expecting... It's still very early days. I still don't see it as a chore, and that's because I know I get to fucking rail on it afterwards. But today, I'm exhausted. I've been awake for 31 hours now. I'm just fucked. And I just don't want to speak about Big Bang Theory anymore. I fucking hate this fucking show.
Well, get someone, Vaughn, to tuck you in and give you a kiss with cummy breath, and you should get some rest.
Okay, by the way, this episode was way too blue. I'm not calling it cummy breath. I'm calling it yummy breath. Good night.
Hey, it's the V-Dog Vaughn. That's me. Here to tell you where to go. It's to a bunch of websites. It's it's fb.com/Bazinga Boys. Did you know that you can just go to fb.com? Think about how many times you've written in face B on your browser. Although you probably have bookmarks. But if you've ever written face B, how much time you've wasted typing letters where you could just go to fb.com. Do you reckon there was an fb.com before Facebook bought it? Well, imagine sitting on that gold mine. Anyway, go to fb.com/Bazinga Boys, twitter.com/Bazinga_boys, unless I get that guy kicked off Twitter and I can steal his handle, then it might be just Bazinga Boys. Go to both and heckle this guy. Or Vaughn Rules, VORNRULZ.wixsite.com/Bazinga Boys to see all the great artwork I make. Thank you for this week's sponsor, Rob, who paid me to make a poster, which means I can afford to host the podcast. Thanks, Rob. Hope you get better soon.